resonates with your heart and release anything that isn't meant for you. All right, Sagittarius, let's get into your reading. All right, the energy that I have for you today is this, and it hit me immediately. This person cannot stop thinking about you, and the pull they feel is becoming impossible to resist. They are craving you on a level that goes beyond attraction, and it consumes them from inside. Every time they try to push you out of their mind, your energy returns even stronger than before. This is not a passing thought or casual interest. This is an obsession rooted deep in their spirit. The connection between you two has a magnetic quality, and the cards confirm it is only intensifying. Let us go ahead and get into it because the energy behind this message is extremely powerful today. What the cards show me very directly is a person fighting a losing battle against their own feelings. They thought they could walk away or create distance, but the universe keeps pulling them back to you. The first card we have for you is the Devil, and in this position, it speaks volumes. The Devil confirms that this person feels chained to the thought of you, willingly and without regret. Their craving is not just emotional, it is physical, mental, and spiritual, all wrapped into one force. The Devil reveals they have tried to distract themselves, and nothing else compares to what you offer. Other people feel flat to them now because your energy set a standard nobody else can reach. This card reveals that the intensity of what they feel actually frightens them at times late at night. They do not understand why you have this hold on them, but they stopped trying to explain it. The Devil also shows me that pride, and only pride, is keeping them from reaching out right now. Their ego built a wall, but behind that wall, every thought circles back to your name eventually. This card does not appear unless the desire is real, raw, and impossible to fake or manufacture. The next card coming through is the Knight of Swords, and this confirms the urgency of their craving. The Knight of Swords represents a mind that is racing, obsessive, and locked onto one single target. That target is you, and their mental energy has been pointed in your direction for quite some time. They replay conversations with you in their head, analyzing every word for hidden meaning and deeper signals. The Knight of Swords tells me they have drafted messages to you, then deleted them out of fear. Their fingers have hovered over your name on their phone more times than they would ever admit. This card confirms that their thoughts about you are not gentle or calm. They are urgent and consuming. The Knight of Swords carries a restless energy, and this person has not known peace since you appeared. They pace through their days distracted, unable to focus, because your presence occupies their mind at all times. Even in rooms full of people, their thoughts drift to you, and that drift happens without warning. Then we have the Three of Wands, and this card reveals why the pull keeps growing stronger daily. The Three of Wands shows me this connection carries a future, one they feel but cannot yet see. Their spirit already knows where this is heading, and that knowing creates an ache they carry everywhere. This card confirms the craving stretches beyond the present moment and reaches into what could be. They see potential in you that overwhelms them, because it mirrors exactly what they have been searching for. The Three of Wands tells me they stand at the edge of something massive, looking out toward you. Their heart is already reaching across the distance, even if their actions have not yet caught up. This card also reveals that they sense you pulling back, and that withdrawal only deepens their need. The less available you become, the more their craving intensifies, and that pattern tears them apart inside. Following that, we see the Queen of Cups, and she confirms the emotional depth behind everything they feel. The Queen of Cups tells me this person feels you on an intuitive level, one that defies logic. They pick up on your moods without speaking to you, and that psychic connection unsettles them deeply. Their craving is rooted in emotional recognition, because their soul identified yours before their mind caught up. The Queen of Cups shows me they dream about you often, and those dreams feel strangely like memories. This card confirms that the pull is not one-sided, and they sense your energy reaching back, always. The reason this message is so strong today is that the craving has reached a critical tipping point.
Okay, let us shift over to your side now, because the cards have something important to reveal. You already know this pull exists, and you have been feeling it in ways you cannot fully explain. There are moments when their name crosses your mind unprovoked, and your whole body responds to it. You feel them energetically, even when no contact is made, and that awareness sits heavy in you. Part of you wants to lean into this fully, but another part holds back out of deep protection. You have been hurt before by intensity like this, and your nervous system remembers what that cost. The walls you carry are not built from weakness. They were constructed from experience and earned wisdom. You learned the hard way that not every strong feeling leads somewhere safe, and that lesson stayed. The first card for your energy is Strength, and it confirms exactly where you stand in this. Strength tells me you have been holding yourself together with a discipline most people cannot maintain. You feel the pull toward this connection, and yet you choose composure over impulse every single time. That restraint is not coldness, it is self-preservation, and the cards honor that choice without judgment. Strength also reveals that you carry more emotional power than you give yourself credit for quietly. You process everything deeply, feel it all intensely, but you rarely let that show on the surface. Your calm exterior hides a storm underneath, and maintaining that balance takes more energy than anyone sees. This card confirms you are tired of performing strength, and you want permission to finally feel safe. You have been the strong one in every relationship, every friendship, and every room you have entered. That role exhausted you over time, and now your spirit asks for a love that carries you. Strength shows me you deserve to be soft, protected, and held, without being the anchor every time. Your patience with yourself through all of this pain has been one of your greatest, quiet victories. The next card here is the Four of Pentacles, and this exposes the grip you keep on emotion. You are holding your feelings tightly, refusing to let anyone close enough to reach the vulnerable center. The Four of Pentacles tells me you guard affection like currency, spending it only when trust is earned. You watched others give love freely and get wrecked for it, and you refused to follow that road. Your boundaries are sharp, intentional, and non-negotiable, and that level of control defines how you move. The Four of Pentacles confirms you have been protecting your peace with fierce determination these past months. You cut off energy access for anyone who did not earn it,
and that pruning changed you deeply. The people in your circle now passed tests that they never even knew they were taking at all. This card shows me your financial independence is part of your identity, and you guard it fiercely. You built security with your own hands, and the thought of depending on anyone makes you uncomfortable. Control became your love language over time, because chaos was the only alternative you ever knew before. Releasing that grip terrifies you, but deep down you sense this connection might be worth the risk. Following that, we see the Page of Cups, and this uncovers the part of you that still believes. Beneath all that armor and caution, there is a tender, hopeful piece of you that never fully vanished. The Page of Cups tells me you still daydream about love, quietly, when nobody is watching you. You imagine what it would feel like to be chosen without hesitation, pursued without games or doubt. That vision lives quietly inside your chest, and you protect it because the world tried to kill it. The Page of Cups confirms your romantic side is not dead. It is dormant and waiting for safety. You wrote off vulnerability years ago, but recently something shifted, and old feelings surfaced again, unexpectedly. This card reveals you have been softer lately than you want to admit, and it scares you. Moments of tenderness catch you off guard now, and you wonder quietly if your walls are weakening. Your intuition has been unusually active during this period, and it keeps whispering things you try to ignore. You sense things before they happen, and that gift has been guiding you towards something quietly unnamed. Your gut already knows the truth about this connection, even though your mind builds counter-arguments constantly. The tension between what you feel and what you permit yourself to feel defines your entire chapter. Now, let us get into their side of this, because what lives inside them right now is overwhelming. This person is carrying a weight they refuse to show the world, and it centers entirely on you. Their outer composure is a performance, and behind closed doors, they are unraveling over what they feel. They never expected you to affect them this deeply, and that surprise is part of what terrifies them. The craving they feel is not something they chose. It arrived uninvited, and it refuses to leave quietly. They have tried rationalizing it away, labeling it as temporary, but nothing they tell themselves sticks anymore. The first card for their energy is the Five of Cups, and it exposes a deep inner grief. This person is mourning something they feel they already lost with you, even if nothing officially ended. The Five of Cups tells me they replay moments of missed opportunity, and that regret eats at them. They look back at chances they had to be honest, and the silence they chose haunts them nightly. This card reveals that guilt drives a large portion of their craving, because they know they held back. They withheld words they should have spoken, and now those unspoken truths sit heavy in their chest. The Five of Cups also shows me they compare every new interaction unfavorably to what you gave them. Nothing measures up, and that constant comparison leaves them feeling empty in places they cannot quite name. Their grief is not dramatic or visible. It is a quiet erosion that wears them down from inside. They smile through it publicly, but privately, they sit with a sadness tied directly to your absence. This card confirms they are not over you, and the distance between you only sharpened that awareness. The next card coming through is the Emperor, and this reveals the control they try to maintain.
The Emperor tells me this person leads with authority in every area, except when it involves you. You are the one subject where their confidence collapses, and that vulnerability makes them deeply uncomfortable. They are used to being in charge, making decisions swiftly and never second-guessing their own judgment. With you, every instinct they trust becomes unreliable, and that loss of control drives them to silence. The Emperor confirms that their pride, above all else, is the barrier between craving and confession. They would rather suffer quietly than risk being seen as weak, exposed, or emotionally out of control. This card also reveals that they have built their entire identity around composure, discipline, and measured response. Loving you the way they want to threatens all of that, and the internal conflict is relentless. The Emperor shows me they strategize about you constantly, planning approaches they never follow through on. They draft scenarios in their mind where they finally speak, but fear rewrites the ending every time. Their need for control is not arrogance. It is a survival mechanism born from old emotional wounds. They learned early that vulnerability gets punished, and that lesson became the foundation of how they operate. The Emperor also tells me they secretly respect your ability deeply to make them feel this powerfully. No one else has ever disrupted their composure this completely, and they are both furious and fascinated. Following that, we see the Ace of Wands, and this card reveals the raw creative fire inside them. The Ace of Wands confirms that their desire for you is not passive, it is active and burning. This person feels a spark when they think about you, and that spark ignites something primal in them. Their craving operates on a physical level that goes beyond emotion, and it keeps their body restless. The Ace of Wands tells me they channel this frustrated energy into work, exercise, or distraction constantly. They pour themselves into productivity because sitting still with what they feel for you is unbearable. This card also reveals that their passion for you unexpectedly inspired changes in how they see themselves. You awakened something in them that was dormant for years, and they cannot shut it back down now. The Ace of Wands shows me they associate you with possibility, with a new beginning they desperately want. Their inner world is consumed by a vision, vivid and detailed, of what life with you could become. They are not craving just your presence, they are craving the version of themselves that exists near you. That version is softer, more honest, and more alive than anything they have allowed themselves to be. So let us get into the action now, because this person is about to break their silence. The resistance they have been clinging to is cracking, and what happens next moves quickly once it starts. They are approaching a decision point, and every card here confirms they are leaning toward reaching out. This is no longer about if they make a move. The cards say it is only about when. The timeline is tight, and the energy around their next step feels urgent, deliberate, and very near. You will not have to guess when it happens, because the shift will be obvious and unmistakable. The first card here is the Six of Swords, and this confirms they are moving toward you mentally. The Six of Swords represents a transition, a crossing from one state of mind into something completely new. This person is leaving behind the phase of overthinking and entering the phase of committed forward action. They have exhausted every excuse they built to stay away, and none of them hold weight
anymore. The Six of Swords tells me a conversation is coming, and it will feel different from anything before. They will reach out in a way that is calmer, more intentional, and stripped of the usual games. This card shows me that their approach will not be impulsive. It will be calculated and purposeful. They have thought about what to say for a long time, and the words are already chosen carefully. The Six of Swords also confirms that physical distance may close soon, whether through travel or relocation. One of you shifts geography, or an event places you both in the same space unexpectedly. This crossing is not accidental. The universe is engineering the exact conditions for reconnection to happen. Pay close attention to unexpected invitations, messages, or encounters in the next few weeks ahead of you. The next card we have is the Two of Wands, and this confirms they are planning their approach. The Two of Wands represents a person standing at the threshold, holding the future in their hands literally. This person has been mapping out how to re-enter your world, and the plan is nearly finalized. They are weighing options carefully, deciding between a direct confession and a subtle reintroduction into your space. The Two of Wands tells me they will choose the bolder path because subtlety has failed them before. Expect a message, a call, or a direct encounter that carries real weight and clear intention. Their opening move will reference something specific between you two, proving they remember details you thought forgotten. That specificity is deliberate because they want you to know the connection was never casual for them. The Two of Wands also shows me they are prepared to offer something tangible, not just words alone. Whether that is time, commitment, or real effort, their actions will fully back up what they say. This card confirms they have decided, finally, that staying silent is more painful than risking rejection. That internal shift, that breaking point, is what separates this moment from every hesitation before it. They are done watching from a distance, and the Two of Wands shows their feet already moving. Following that, we see the King of Cups, and this confirms how they will present themselves to you. The King of Cups tells me their approach will be emotionally mature, grounded, and surprisingly vulnerable for them. They are not coming with ego or demands. They are arriving with honesty they have never shown before. This card shows me they will lead with accountability, acknowledging the distance they created between you two. They will not deflect or minimize. The King of Cups demands full truth, and they will deliver it. Their tone will be steady but soft, and you will sense immediately that something fundamental has changed inside. The King of Cups also confirms they will express their craving directly, using words that leave no ambiguity. No more hints, coded language, or mixed signals. This time, their communication will be completely transparent and clear. They are prepared to tell you exactly what they want, and that want includes your full, consistent presence. This card reveals they will also make space for your response, without pressure or manipulation attached to it. They understand that earning your trust back requires patience, and they are ready to prove that through action. The King of Cups confirms this is not a temporary surge. Their approach reflects a permanent internal shift. Every card in this section points to movement already underway, not hypothetical or wishful thinking.
Okay, now we go beneath everything they show the world, because their hidden confessions run deep. What this person carries in private is heavier and more raw than anything they show publicly. They have secrets about you specifically, and those secrets keep them awake more often than they admit. The confessions living inside them are not small. They are the kind that could change everything, instantly. They rehearse telling you the truth constantly, but every rehearsal ends with them choosing silence instead. Their fear of exposure is matched equally by their exhaustion from pretending they feel nothing for you. The first card is the High Priestess, and in the confessional position, she unlocks their deepest hidden truth. The High Priestess confirms this person knows more about your connection, far more than they ever revealed. They have sensed the depth of this bond spiritually, and that awareness shook them to their foundation. This card tells me they have had intuitive flashes about you, visions of a shared future together. Those visions came uninvited during meditation, sleep, or quiet moments when their guard was completely down. The High Priestess reveals they believe this connection is karmic, fated, and bigger than either of you. They would never say that out loud, but privately they have researched soul ties and twin flame energy. This person researched obsessively, trying to understand why you affect them on such a deep level. The High Priestess also shows me they kept physical reminders of you, hidden where nobody would find them. Old messages saved in folders, screenshots never deleted, and small tokens tied to shared memories. They guard those artifacts like sacred objects, because destroying them would mean admitting something truly ended. Their hidden confession here is that they never believed it ended. They believe it paused temporarily. In their mind, the story between you two is unfinished, and that unfinished chapter torments them daily. The High Priestess confirms they have whispered your name into empty rooms just to feel you near. The next card coming through is the Nine of Swords, and this exposes the toll their secret takes. This person loses sleep over you regularly, and the Nine of Swords confirms genuine anxiety tied to you. They wake at odd hours with your face in their mind, and falling back asleep feels impossible after. The Nine of Swords tells me their thoughts about you spiral at night, becoming vivid and overwhelming. They confess silently that they are terrified of two things equally: losing you and actually having you. Having you means vulnerability they have never practiced, and that unknown territory paralyzes them in the dark. The Nine of Swords also reveals they carry shame, deep shame, about the intensity of wanting you. They judge themselves for wanting you this badly, because it contradicts the image they present to everyone. Their confession is that they feel weak when it comes to you, and weakness disgusts them deeply. They have cried over this connection in private, and those tears shocked them more than anything else could. The Nine of Swords shows me they have bargained with themselves, setting deadlines to get over you completely. Every deadline passed without progress, and each failure deepened their frustration and quiet desperation even further. Their pillow-nose confessions their closest friends have never heard, and most of them involve your name. Following that, we see the Seven of Pentacles, and this reveals what they secretly invested in this bond. The Seven of Pentacles tells me they have been tending to this connection, quietly, behind the scenes. They have made choices you do not know about, decisions designed to keep the door open between you. Opportunities to fully move on presented themselves, and they sabotaged every single one without fully understanding why. The Seven of Pentacles confirms they turned down other people,
declined invitations, and stayed emotionally unavailable. Their hidden confession is that they chose you over options that were easier, safer, and more available. They could not commit elsewhere because their heart already signed a contract with your name on it. This card also reveals they have invested time into becoming a better version of themselves, quietly, for you. Changes they made recently in habits, health, or mindset were motivated by wanting to be worthy of you. They would never admit that you inspired those shifts, but the Seven of Pentacles exposes that truth clearly.
Now, let us look at the near future, because the cards are very clear about what comes next. The craving this person feels is reaching a breaking point, and that break happens sooner than expected. The first card is the Wheel of Fortune, and it confirms a destined shift already in motion. The Wheel of Fortune says the cycle of silence, distance, and resistance between you two is ending. Fate is stepping in directly, and neither of you will be able to ignore what gets arranged. Within the coming weeks, an encounter or message arrives that changes the dynamic between you permanently. This will not feel random or forced. It will feel like something clicking into place after waiting. The Wheel of Fortune confirms that timing is no longer against you. It is finally on your side. Expect the unexpected during this period, because the universe moves in ways you cannot predict at all. A door you thought was closed reopens, and the energy behind it carries undeniable weight and purpose. The next card is Judgment, and this confirms a moment of total truth approaching for you both. Judgment says the masks come off, the pretending stops, and raw honesty replaces everything once hidden. This person will face a reckoning with their feelings, and they will not be able to avoid it. The confrontation is not with you, it is with themselves, and it forces them to finally choose. Judgment also confirms that when they speak, their words will carry the weight of genuine transformation. This is not a temporary emotional surge. The cards show a permanent shift in how they approach. The near future holds a conversation that rewrites the rules, and it begins with their bold move. Now, here is my advice to you as this energy builds and the connection reaches its turning point. Do not chase or reach out first, and do not lower your guard before they earn that right. Your power in this situation lives in your stillness, and the cards confirm that stillness is working. Let them come to you fully with honesty, effort, and the vulnerability they have been withholding. When they arrive, listen closely to what they say, because truth will be in their tone first. Do not rush to forgive or open completely. Let their consistency over time prove what words cannot. Protect your peace above all else, because no connection is worth sacrificing the stability you built. Trust your intuition when the moment comes, because your gut has been accurate about them all along. You deserve to be pursued with full intention, and the cards confirm that is exactly what approaches. Let us now recap the message that came through so powerfully at the very start of this reading. The message was clear. They are craving you badly, and the pull they feel grows harder to fight. Every card confirmed this is not casual attraction. It is a consuming force they cannot escape from. The devil exposed their raw desire.
And the Knight of Swords confirmed obsessive thoughts locked onto you. The Three of Wands revealed a pull growing daily, stretching into a future they sense but cannot see. The Queen of Cups confirmed they feel you intuitively, on a level that defies